Hello everyone, welcome to BISP Solutions. I'm Preeti, working as Oracle Fusion Functional and PPM Consultant. So in today's video, we will discuss one of the topics of Project Portfolio Management module, where we will learn how to put the budgetary control on the project on the basis of project and the top resources. So there are some prerequisites that you have to create the financial plan type, and then you have to create the project template where you have to select the financial plan type that we have created in our first practice. And then on the basis of that template, we will create the project. So we will directly move to our application to see how to do it practically. So in the setup area, we have to select the project financial management, and then you have to go to the project control functional area. Here we will find one task, that is manage financial plan type, and we have to create the financial plan type where the budgetary control should be enabled. So I have already created one financial plan type for the budgetary control purpose. I will show you how to create this financial plan type. So this is the financial plan type that I have already created. Let's open it and I will give you the overview of how to create the financial plan type. But this time we are creating for enabling this plan type for budgetary control. So it is taking some time. So this is a financial plan type. You can see here we have to give the name, here we have to give the description, and here we have to give the start date. Now in the budget option, I have enabled these three check boxes. That is one, it is enabled for the budgetary controls. When you will enable this checkbox, then only you will be able to use this financial plan type for the budgetary control purpose. And here I have to enable planning in multiple transaction currencies. Then only it will allow us to create the transaction into the multiple currencies. And I have to use this financial plan type as the approved cost budget. And in the set assignment, I have taken the common RDS. Now let's move to the next tab, that is a plan setting. So here in the amount types, it will accept the raw cost and the burden cost. And at planning level will be project and all task. Calendar type, I'm taking it as accounting calendar. And in the cost rate derivation date type, it is from date of budget line. And in the period profile, it will take it as accounting period. Then in the currency settings, we are using the rate type as corporate and the date type as from date of budget line. Then in the rate settings, we are not taking any of the rate schedules. Then when we will enable this enable budgetary control checkbox, then we will get this tab that is for budgetary control settings. Now in the Fusion, you can put the budgetary control at two levels. One is at the entire project level, and another one is the top resource, that is nothing but financial resources, equipment, and material. Like, say, the control level we can put at three levels like absolute, advisory, and track. When you are taking the control level as absolute, that means it will not allow you to go beyond the set limit. It will give the notification, that is the alert notification. And when you are taking the control level as advisory, in this case it will generate the notification, but it will allow you to create the cost which will be beyond your budget limit. And when you are taking as track, that means it is only tracking the cost that you are created. Now here you have to select the rate type. By default, what you want your rate type to be. Here you can select the fixed period, average period, and reporting spot user rate. So in this case, we are selecting it as corporate. Now move to the generation options. So the generation source is financial plan type, and we are leaving the option in the rest of the tabs as it is. Now click on save and close. So in this way, you have to create the financial plan type, which should be enabled for the budgetary control. Our next step is we have to create the project template where we will associate the financial plan type that we have created now. Now here in the search task, you have to search for the project template task. Click on this task. Now create template. Select the business unit here. Now select the project unit, and here you have to select the organization. Let's take it as consulting US. Here you have to select the project type. Let's take it as US billable no burden. And in the initial project status, it should be active. Now here we have to select the start date. Let's take it as 1st January 23 and then click on save and continue. So project template is created. Now you have to associate your financial plan type and project plan type. For that, click on the basic information. And now we have to enable this project template for the budgetary control. When you will click on this basic information tab, you can see here, this is the checkbox available for budgetary control. You have to enable this checkbox if in case you want to use this template for the budgetary control. Click on edit icon. And from here, you can enable the budgetary control for this project template. Now, whenever you will create the project by using this project template, that project will be eligible for the budgetary control. That means you can put the budgetary control on that project. Now, here you have to add the project plan type. So, I'm using the standard one. And now scroll up and click on this edit project plan option. Here we can create the task structure for this project template. So we have created the task for this project template. And now click on save and close. Now click on save and close. Click on done here. And in the quick entries, while creating the project manager name is mandatory. For that, we will give the quick entries where we in the field name you have to select team member, and the specification you have to select it as a project manager. So at the time of creation of project, mentioning the project manager name is mandatory. Now click on save and close, and then click on done. Now our next step is that we have to create the project. Now this user does not have the access to the project portfolio management module page. So for that we will log in with the user who have access to the PPM page. Now click on signing out. Now come to the projects here and then go to the project financial management and click on creating new project. Now here you can see that it is asking for source template. That means the template that we have created now. And this is the source template that we have created. And you can see here it is asking for project manager name because in the quick entries we made it mandatory. Without giving the project manager name, system will not allow us to create the project. Let's take the same name as a template. And here we have to select the start date and the end date of the project. Here we have to give the project manager name. Now click on save and continue. So you can see the structure that we have created at the time of creating project template is coming because we have selected the template that we have created. Now here I have to change the plan finish date. Let's take it as 31st December 24. So now click on save and close. So now we have created the project also. And again, click on this project. Then click on manage financial project settings. So you can see here that this project is enabled for the budgetary controls. So we can put the budgetary controls on this project. Now for creating the project, you have to go to this task panel. And from there in the control, you can select the task, that is manage project budget. From here, you can create the budget for this project. Click on this add icon. Now here we have to associate the financial plan type that we have created. So I'm giving the name as version 1, and in the financial plan type, we will select the financial plan type that we have created and enable for the budgetary controls. So this was the financial plan type that we have created. And you can see here that planning amount is cost. This is the approved cost budget. And here you can see all the details that we have selected while creating the financial plan type. So now click on save and continue. Now expand this task 1.0 and come to the 1.1 task and then click on add icon. From here you can create the budget for this project. Let's create the budget for any of the top resources. Let's take it as a financial resource. And I'm giving the raw cost as 15,000. What will happen that when you will try to create the cost above 15,000, then system will throw the error. System will not allow you to create the cost for this project above 15,000. So now click on save. Then click on save and close. And you can see here, this is the current working. Now go to the actions and create baseline for this. Now click on OK. So click on done. Now you can see here that it is created the original baseline, and this is the original baseline 15,000, and this is the currently working budget. Now what we will do, we will try to create one cost that will be above 15,000, and we will see the system will not allow us to create that cost. For creating the cost, go to the cost workbench area of PPM modules. And this is the project workbench area, and this is the cost workbench area of projects. go to the cost, and here go to the task panel. Now you have to click on manage unprocessed cost. For creating the new cost, you have to click on this add icon. Here you have to select the business unit. Then here you have to select the source. Let's take it as external miscellaneous. Now click on OK. And now you have to give the project details for which project you are creating your cost. Like the task number here. And here you have to select the expenditure item date. Let's take today's date. Then you have to select the expenditure type. Here you have to select the expenditure organization. And in the quantity, I'm taking it as 1. And in the transaction raw cost, let's take it as 16,500. That is above then 15,000. And then click on save and close, or click on save. Then click on import cost. Click on yes. And now come to the overview page. And here you have to refresh this process page. So it is into running process. Let's refresh again. So it is succeeded. And now click on view output. And then click on republish. Now here you can see that the warning is 1 and the error is 1. And you can see the message here, the transaction didn't pass. The transaction didn't pass budgetary control validation and has 1 or more errors. So due to the budgetary control, it didn't allow us to create the cost successfully. Also, we can check in the unprocessed cost here. The reason why the system didn't allow to create the cost. Let's search with the batch name. So we can see the error. The transaction didn't pass. Budgetary control validation has 1 or more errors. Okay. And the fund status column also we can check the reason why system didn't allow to create the cost. You can see the status here, rejected. You can see the insufficient funds, and this was requested. Budgetary control validation failed due to insufficient funds available. Reduce the amount or request the budget manager to transfer additional funds. If we will increase our budget, then this importing of cost will be successful. Right now, we don't have sufficient funds, therefore, the system rejected this cost creation. So now what we'll do, if we want this cost to import successfully, we have to increase our budget. For that, we have to go to the project again. And from the manage project budget, we will increase the amount of the budget. And then when we will try to import the cost, that will be successful. Click on this version 2. Now let's increase it to 16,500 and then click on save and then click on create baseline. Click on OK here. So you can see here our new budget is 16,500. Now when we will try to import the cost that we have created, then it will be successful. So let's again move to the cost workbench area of the project module and we will try to import the cost that we have created. Go to the task panel and then go to the manage unprocessed cost. Let's search it out with the expenditure batch name. And now try to import this cost. Click on import cost here. Then click on yes. Again, come to the overview page and then try to refresh the process status. So this report is generated. Open this report. And now you can see the successful transaction is 1. Total number of transaction is 1 and the successful transaction is 1. Now successfully this cost has been created. Okay, so now we can check this cost. in the manage unprocessed cost workbench area as well as into the projects. Now click on search. Now come to the project workbench area and then go to the project financial management. And now we will see in the budgetary 02 project that whether this project has been imported or not. That is 16,500. And you can see here this cost is successfully imported because we have increased the budget from 15,000 to 16,500. Now, this is how you can put the budgetary control at the project level. Thank you so much for watching the video.